Hello, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're listening from the wasteland or from the best little town on the bottom of the deep blue sea. This is Fallout Rapture. And today, folks, I know how the S.A.E. will return. I know Matt and Nikita's time in purgatory is not yet finished, all because of this one scene. How the S.A.E. returns, what Ryu and Jael are doing, why Matt has the unquenchable fire right after the end scene in episode 7. How that all fits together. It's simple. They're reopening the portal by rebuilding the Crown of Oblivion. If you think about it, it sort of makes sense. The unquenchable fire... Well, let me start off at the beginning. As we all know, in episode 1, the Crown of Oblivion shattered into pieces because of the intensity was required to keep the portal open. But what if the documents that Jael and Ryu have been studying while Matt and Nikita were in purgatory were schematics on how to rebuild the crown? It would make sense that they would have schematics and details on the crown, because the crown was originally retaken in the 18th century, right after the Victorian era game. It would make sense the S.A.E. would move in to retake the mansion after the sorceress's death. Which means, because it was 2019 when Joey, Matt, Nikita, and Bretman all traveled back to purgatory, that would mean the society would have had the crown for 200 years. Plenty of time to analyze what material the crown is, the length, height, width, the sort of composition, how to remake the crown in case of emergency if you have the gems. While we do see the crown, almost completely shattered in the, episode 1, there also is something else. Remember, in season 2, the crown was also destroyed by the Society Against Evil, looking like it completely shattered into pieces that dissolved into nothingness. Yet, the crown's frame was rebuilt along with the gems still being intact. So could it be that the gems simply flew off and the crown was destroyed this season? And all you need to do is to make one is where the unquenchable fire comes into play. In order to make something metallic or framing like that, you need to melt down metal into, the frame itself. The society would most likely have one on stock in case they had to make a new crown. So, using the unquenchable fire, you can melt down metal or something similar to the composition of the original crown. Most likely what the sorceress did to get it back in the first place, and then take the gems and replace them in. And the metal might also become magical because of the unquenchable fire being a magical item, which would allow the magic to re-enter the crown and then remake it. And this also might explain why the crown shattered in the first place. It was 200 years after the Society Against Evil most likely took the crown from the Victorian mansion. It would have degraded possibly, or the magic might have drained, causing it to, break apart. Which then is why it shattered when in episode 1. This leads me to believe that the society will use the crown to reopen a portal back to purgatory, allowing Matt, Nikita, Jael, and Ryu to come to purgatory, as we see Jael getting sucker punched by some guy. And this also leads me to believe that they might come in episode 9, which would and episode 10, which would make the most sense. Episode 8, it seems like a regular episode, but episode 9, the episode right before the ending, would make the most sense for them to come in near the end. And this also leads me to another theory I have. Sort of the survivors of the season. As we know, it seeming more and more likely with Colleen probably coming back that it's gonna be her, Bretman, and Joey surviving the season, which I find unfair. That would mean that there was only one guest, one person from the Museum of the Dead saved. Joey and Bretman were both alive when they entered there. It doesn't seem fair that they get to get out and only one guest who died would return, which leads me to this. If the Society Against Evil returns in episode 9, could they possibly intervene in the final death? That would be the biggest twist in Escape the Night. For the past 3 seasons, it's always been the same. 3 survivors, 1 boy, 1 girl, and Joey Josefa. But if this season, what happens if they change it up? Like in season 2, there are only 2 survivors, but what if season 4, there are 4 survivors? That I say would probably be the best outcome for this season. But then that leaves the question, who would be the one to be, win the 4th spot? Would it be Rosanna Pansino, the girl who has betrayed nobody and is trying her best to be friends with everyone? Or Alex S.A.E, the man who has been put into so many death challenges? Who deserves to win? The one who's never hurt anybody, or the one who's fought for his life repeatedly? It's just a theory, but who knows? I mean, I do hope it turns out to be true. I'd rather see at least one more person make it out. Because Ro has been sweet, she's kind, she's never hurt anybody in any season she's been in. And Alex has tried best. He's been to 6 death challenges and won 4 of them. He deserves to live. I don't know. Feel free to comment down below, but until next time, folks, this has been Fallout Rapture, saying good evening, good night, and good luck to whoever survives this season. I hope it's Ro. I know I am biased, but by God, I do want the cinnamon roll to live. So good night.